fight for mid may determine how this one goes, with Patatek claiming a life and immediate dive into vents. Trex is barely able to escape without a battle. A 5v4 as a result. Vitality scattered. They're in this two-man setup on each side of the map, isolated together.
Kamik's patience might just be rewarded, but doesn't land the shot. He's got the information, though, and that B main pressure means that they can swing from above. I think he spotted safe as well, so that should be something they're wary of. With already a two-man advantage and an afterplant, this is looking good for Liquid.
As long as they know that there is still that player in main, and I agree, I believe they did spot them, in hell, if they don't know by now, they never will. Great flash, and the follow-up, although labored, it got there in the end. Kicks and Trex, the final two. The support players, as they often are, underlooked. It's easy to do when you look at the roster that they're on for Team Liquid. They won't be overlooking them. They'll be treating them with all the respect. The Guardian, there's definitely some battling power, and with the trade, they've already set the pace. The B site is now wide open. They managed to rotate last in to cover the cross. He damages them somewhat, but there's no way they can stop this plant, surely.
Yeah, Kiko's taken a fairly hefty amount of damage, and while you see a seize, you worry about the nade that comes afterwards. Kamik not going to give up a freebie, which would have put this round firmly in the advantage of Vitality. There's no flank either. This is very direct from this attack side. So they're going to have to rely on just holding the cross.
Team Liquid used their C's even to get that plant. They're now running very low in utility. In fact, practically nothing left. Patatek, perhaps with the Seekers, but what are you going to do with that on site? The fight here is going to rely on players like Kiko with the rifle dealing damage, with Patatek having recovered one, dropping Trex, and just like that, Vitality are running for the hills. Even then, they're being chased. Kiko catches one. That's his third kill in this round. A bonus for Team Liquid. A huge bonus, in fact.
Patatek not getting anything immediately. They try him round the corner, and they are met with Durka. A double opener. Sure, the ults still stand, but how much can you really hope to do with them here?
Yeah, it will now be somewhere that you probably think about just saving them for the next. I do like the idea, using the mid pressure to try to distract the vent player, and you can sneak your way up, but the Viper wall very much showed them exactly what was coming their way. Showstoppers now put in after the one kill. Kiko thinks he can get the value for it, but they're just about slipping away. Wait, are they? He's actually held it all the way up to the top of the stairs. Found Kicks. He's a heat-seeking missile. But right now, Vitality, well, they're looking cold, to be honest.
He's going all the way round. Like, this is such a crazy rotation. Kamik's trying to hold the line while he looks to come back in from behind. Even the delay used by the C's. This could be perfect from the side of Liquid. What is that?
Now he's out of the picture. Although he's stepping straight into screens where they have detected him, fill up the space, shotgunned him down to one. That is nasty. Well, two, to be fair, but effective HP is the same. I like the idea from Durka. Deep nade, but the players are already close. Look, Team Liquid want the fight, and they'll win it convincingly. With a Viper's Pit blocking off the other side, where do you go if you're Vitality? A pick from Trex, but 2 HP on Kicks. They're never going to try. And they'll force this smokeless comp to push into B. My goodness.
Down. And he's selling a ruse. That's the only goal. Trying to get them to move to the other side of the map. Sure, Patatek's gone, but Les has actually done very well. Been able to hold that line, keep himself alive a little longer, and even takes out Nats while he does it. This could be left all onto Camo. A 1 versus 2 scenario with a Nightfall in hand. I really wouldn't mind to see the defenders use it at this point just to make sure he can't pull off any tricks.
You can see that ult used in response though. Camo, he's on site, decides to tank it, look for the fights up top, but that opens the door for Durka to sprint his way through. He's there.
He hasn't managed to deny safe teleporting. That will at least allow the rotation a little bit sooner. But yeah, the double fake is sublime, and there's still another player lurking around those backlines. It's onto the 3 on site to try and hold on to things, but Camo has managed to make it right behind Les, knowing exactly where he is. That's one that could be dead to rights, and in fact, there's so many players just looking the wrong way. They are selling this idea again and again.
It's always going to cause problems for that defense.
Okay.
Well, they've certainly solved one issue.
Try and get the gun. That's the problem. Durka is basically the hero rifle. The B hit still looking likely with the majority of players here for the defense. Opportunities for them to get something done, or maybe just one man. Durka with his second kill already, and in fact, all the pistols have come up as well. It's now left just onto Paddy, spike in hand, but everybody surrounding him combined. But I don't know if that's going to be a happy way to look at things. A showstopper could be picked, but actually gets nothing. The nade, however, plus a shot from Kiko, keeps this one possible.
Yeah, it was a seized nade that started this off in vents, and then at least the close trade to bring it back, but a 2v3. The good thing is the defenders don't have a lot of control because they don't have a lot of players to get eyes on the map. So they go, walking towards B main. The timing here, oh, it's pixel perfect for Vitality, who've just a second ago, if that swing came in, they've got 2 players dead on B, a 2v1 post plant, and Kick's probably saving. Instead, they managed to get players into main on a deep push, and even if they assume this to be an A hit, even if they're way out of position, once the plant comes in, they can take that 3v2. It's on Team Liquid to try to throw a spanner in the works, and it looks like that's exactly what Nats is going to attempt to do with a deeper push into the spawn.
Yeah, I like it though from Vitality. They're just going to group up. Right, it Kicks going back in the other direction, probably setting up some sort of utility. Still has a full belt to get them back in. They have a snake bite as well for the back corner, so Kamek probably won't be safe for long. Nats needs a kill, and he gets taken down immediately. This leaves one man standing versus the full force of this Vitality trio. Even just going to try and bait him into the fight, get him out of his corner, and well, he's managed to win that first battle. Has to try and isolate another using the cosmetic of the stun, but I don't think could be his demise. In fact, he's not going to be fooled. He's going to take down Camo immediately, and that's the opener that Vitality were looking for. Nats, though, well, almost got away with that one.
Yeah, Kicks just fired straight through the Viper's wall. Fish in a barrel, and this time he's caught what he was looking for. But look at the walkthrough. On this B side, Kamek has already seized it. He's walking up. Vitality give up that space, fight for mid instead, and that could have been terrible. In fact, it still may be. Kamek now showing his hand that the B side is wide open, and that Team Liquid are soon to plant there. At 2 versus 2, they denied plant for a moment, and that will buy time for the flank to come around, but Kicks walking out with flash in his hand. That's a big mistake, and the fact that Durka doesn't immediately swing that, look for the trade, you have to start thinking, where did he go?
Yeah, I think that's almost what Kamek was doing originally. Looking for the shot, but Durka lands a crazy tap. Padatek still has his ultimate online. He's just going to use it to try and reveal his opponent, and well, he spotted him down to just a slither of HP. The Prowler's not going to deny it. Durka playing with no sound, has to just wait, has to be patient, has to hope that Padatek will give him a fight, give him a mistake as he gets it to half.
Impressive. Wow.
Goes back peeking, looking for a little bit more. Padatek going to swing him and he will close it out.
They should be ready, and they are indeed. Camo holding the line, taking Durka down, and the fight up towards heaven. Well, it didn't start well for Vitality, but they make this a manageable situation. Lesson safe very low. Kicks needs to hold on, and he's dropped immediately through the smoke. Everyone else falls. Landing the shots is a different story, but the trade goes well to start with, and, well, not to finish with. Nats goes down quickly. Okay, 2v3.
It seems like to kill Nats, you just have to spam Viper screens. That's the second time that's happened.
Spike planted.
Padatek still left without a gun. He's found himself a sniper and has a belt of utility to go with it. Even still, though, that late lurk from Safe, wherever he decides to go, is going to cause issues for this defense. You have to remember, though, this is a bonus. Even if they manage to do damage, that could be enough. And Kiko, you could see he's taking all that time to clear out these backlines to check that there isn't anybody lurking around the corner. Unfortunately for him, there is.
It's the only corner he didn't get.
No, never mind. No, not unfortunately for him. Never mind.
Still lands it, yet the round might be out of reach. Player emerging from the wall. That was a little awkward.
For Vitality, Aftershock will delay a little longer. Camo is completely isolated. They've done well to leave him out on his own, and that time's starting to get dangerous. The 1-for-1 immediate, but it keeps that control in Vitality's hands. And then the question starts to be asked, how long do Liquid go for this? Or are they just trying to lock players in? It seems like it's the latter, but they're the one losing their weaponry. Nats eventually will just have to try and get out of there, and he's not going to be able to.
With pressure on players like Nats and Kamek, if they deliver now, they could put a stop to this comeback. And Kamek, well, he has most certainly showed up. A 3 versus 5, Vitality left with a tough decision. Do they put in That Rolling Thunder, do they try to claim this round now or give Team Liquid 12 on the board? They may wait to see if one pick can be found, if an advantage can somehow be claimed from this unfortunate situation. And it won't be. Kamek returns the kill immediately. The advantage nowhere to be found for this squad. Every kill has a response, and even a showstopper thrown in to put them to bed. A tiny angle inside of that ult, but he will be caught. Trex holds steadfast. The site overrun with camo down, and they've seen this one before. Kiko in that spot a couple rounds ago. He gave them a fright, and it won't happen this time. Patatek, 28 HP. No way to deny this spike plant now. It's going in, and the retake will not start well. It's left to Kamek. Low HP on both site players. There's the full HP one down. This is doable, and this player 15 and 10, Kamek has been feeling it. In the clutch, they move together. Vitality grouped with Lifeline of Split. Can they get it across the line? They just need to find Kamek. Tucked in the corner is last, and he will land that shot.
It's going to be Kamek up close, but the Rolling Thunder is surely going to put him out of commission. He's just going to try and buy enough time. Doesn't quite manage to dodge it, but puts a stun through. Even still, though, he survives at the back of the site. 7 seconds, and he'll be cleared. That's enough to get the plant down. Kiko now last man standing first. Does go in his favor, but look at where the attackers are going. They're looking to rotate back through the spawn. He is none the wiser. The Durka is slowly sneaking up behind him. Timing here could be absolutely everything. He makes the read at the last second, and somehow this has now come down to a 1 versus 1. Him facing off against Kicks, but Kicks is so passive and has that aftershock ready to be put into play, to buy extra time if it's needed. His only job at this stage is to try and delay this man as much as humanly possible. Stun goes through. Surely after this, he'll be throwing that final piece of utility. May not even need it, just trying to bait out that timer and will land the shot. Fraction. The nade is going to force back one player. The information is there, and there's one standing on the site itself. The same man as every time. And Kamek is going to survive just that little bit longer. Showstopper drops another. In fact, they all start to fall. Les, with 20 seconds, has to try and clutch.
It's an impossible scenario. 12 seconds, he needs 2 kills and a spike plant, and Kamek fittingly puts him to bed. 13-10 on the attack to start this one out. Les, wasting no time, has already dropped Kamek. And we move towards the long fight where the trade is found, but look at the space that's lost. The attackers on the full wraparound. They were hoping that Les would be there to greet them, but it's Camo that's going to be the first one to gain sight of this flanking squad there. Oh, that's a gap. That's a big gap. And Camo blows it wide open with Kicks down. The trade is found, but do they know that Patatek is just around the corner? No, they didn't.
Oh, what an incredible job from Camo. He should have been dead to rights, but the last second had the read. Well, a bit of an awkward fight for Kiko. Realizing he can't go down, opts to try and play this one safe, allowing his opponents to attempt to plant, but they are surrounded from every single angle. Safe needs to pop heads, and the first goes his way. Still 2 to find. And find is literally the aim of the game. The fact is, Liquid have been constantly moving, repositioning, so Safe has to doubt even positions he previously knew were clear. And that's why he's taking his time, trying to watch every single position possible. The fact is, though, Liquid are just waiting. They know they're separated at this stage. He, though, opts to try and push. I don't mind this. Nats up above is going to spot him, but he wins the fight anyway. Now, with 12 seconds left, has to make a decision. Does he go A or does he go B? And he has got it spot on. This gives a chance for a post plant with no interruption, as Kiko has to run, has to give up the idea of where he is. Puts it down to a 1 versus 1. HP low and just about. With Trex still lurking in mid. Okay, sure, the trip will... Oh, he's going to shoot and just run away. I like the idea. Camo already into the site, looking to try and claim space, but all he's really found is that players are here and players are waiting. And while they're looking for every fight they can.
Brunt of it. I'd say Durka could just walk straight through that. And goes the ult, and it will be Kiko seized by Safe. A clean shot found. And they're right back to the C site with the advantage now in a 5v4.
It's so difficult to get back in from this position, especially losing Kiko. That's no paranoia, no smokes. You're going to rely on Maybe an error. Someone giving some space, and okay, Dirk has gone down. Camo, his position will be known. They should have an idea that he's just around this corner, maybe trying to sell the idea that he went back. Shots landed by Nats, doing damage, trying to pull players away, and actually the trades are going back and forth. Trex is going to be revealed, knowing that there's one there. Kamek lands another shot, and in fact finds a couple. With ult online, he could have. This is cheeky.
They have to check it.
There's no. Oh, it's a bit awkward, but Kiko gets the job done. Two-man advantage already. Urka is taking space with the drone, Semi giving it away. That means that that can be held comfortably by Padatek, and in fact, well, now Nats, that forever lurk, something he's been doing since the dawn of time, has caught them in the back.
Yeah, even leading the pack, he's still the lurker. Vitality, 2
left.
versus 5. And they have been completely stalled out. That is another player dead to mid-aggression flank.
You and me.
And they're just about the camera spotting them out, but okay, didn't see Kiko. They still deal with him. In fact, Vitality very much here to play, winning every fight. Sure, Safe goes down in the open. The round should be secured on the back of it.
That's so far away. That's the biggest problem. He was fighting in the ultimate and hasn't had a chance to rotate over to the other side of the map. I think that's going to cause this to eventually be a save. Although with some extra credits, maybe Kamek wants to try and give this one a go. You can see them, they're being held in. That's basically the goal here, is try and remove as much weaponry as humanly possible. The round is going to go the way of Vitality, but how many of them survive? Worsen and Kiko has the chance to be the knife in the dark. They don't expect him to be here, but it's only going to be the one. A little bit of a whiff. Luckily, his teammates are doing work on the site, keeping things even, down to just one. And once again, that one is very far away.
Well, no points for guessing where Nats is coming from on this play. He is behind them yet again. But in fact, Vitality seemed to flip the script on its head. Instead of falling back to long or short the positions they were in, they moved deeper into the defender's spawn. Hunter's Fury is there for the post plant, and that is a huge piece of comfort for the Vitality squad. But they shouldn't need to use it necessarily. Curious to see when that reveal comes back online for Trex, and well, perhaps it won't be there on time. The recon drone is, and that has caused a massive problem for Nats. The shock dart hasn't made it any easier. Tapping it once, it's halved already. Now I'm getting worried. Okay,
no problem.
The reveal at least catches him. The drop is not good. Nats is still alive. He could try to stick that in the corner, but baiting kicks into a back. The cage just faded. Stealth drone went through on A. They're just now seeing that it's wide open, but it could be too little, too late. Nats isolated in this fight, surrounded and shot from the C site. The TP coming into play has to be cancelled as the C site's being completely overrun. In comes the spike. It's kicks to plant, nobody needing the orb. Kamek though, he's caught a whiff of Durka. Taking him down, the attempted ult off-site to cancel the Rolling Thunder's effect doesn't work as he's immediately sent back. Yet Kicks is still safe. No punish just yet. And the 4 players left on Team Liquid soon to be revealed. There is no easy solution though for Vitality, no gap to exploit. Instead of finding open space, they will attempt to open the space themselves, crack it wide open with Camo's head being the first target. And although they land it, the cost paid is too great. Les, in an impossible clutch, finds the first, steps back, finds the second, looking for the third, and it was damn close!
So it's still available. Oh, okay. This time the fake has not been sold.
Yeah, decoys don't usually jump up, I suppose. I'll give it away. Spot the difference. For Vitality, 2 players lost in the early round. I mean, it represents at least an upgraded weapon for Safe, but it's about the only positives. Team Liquid double the rounds of their opponents and almost double the manpower in this round. Vitality will seek out the A site. And to be fair, looking at the map, it is by far the best option for this squad. But I think the real danger of it speaks to how Liquid put a lot of those early rounds on the board and why they're so comfortable with leaving A open. Their retakes have been good so far.
They also have Armageddon, which is just going to clear out so many angles if it gets to that stage. So they're confident in that ult in the post spawn. The one thing I'll say is if they can get the spike to Safe, he could try and take someone early. And if that is Kamek, that could throw a real spanner in the works. That's the one thing I'm thinking could play into their hands.
30 seconds left.
Instead, though, he wants to get up in their face. Still has a full belt of utility, could still take that 1v1 with a little bit of extra chance of success.
Kamek is setting it up right now. Armageddon, I believe, will be put into play. Oh, perhaps I'm wrong. No, they've gone for the dive already. Straight into the site, just overwhelming them with the numbers, and it's working. Safe alone. Usually these players are on long, they're tucked in those corners, or they're pushing all the way through. And indeed, they've walked right past Kamek. It's a freebie! Even doubles up for his trouble, and if this round was looking bad, it's just gotten a whole lot worse. Less and Safe. Less void of any utility. It's all down on the map. And Safe, well, he won't have a lot to say about this. No shield and 4 players to take down. They're still going to try it, though.
Yeah, Paddy, his only job is to delay. He doesn't really care about being the hero or the glory. He just wants to make sure this round goes in his team's favor. And the thing is, I think Safe realizes that, okay, if I just allow them to retake, it's all going to fall apart. Instead, he tries to make a play. Oh, we saw Les attempt a 1v3, falls short by 1. Now has to try and face off against 4.
Here it is, big swing. The first is landed, 2 players on his right. He's isolated the one, but he's just hiding, waiting for his moment. Well handled by Patatek.
Last time, this did fail miserably for Liquid. We'll see if they can catch out Les this time, and well, the timing couldn't be better for them.
They found the pick they needed. But Vitality aren't giving up the space. Safe's gonna walk through. Look for the fight on short. This go! No, he's caught jumping up the ramp. Paranoia has landed. It's forced an awkward fight for Camo. He's retreating, buying time, but his squad is falling around him. Nice double delivered. It's left on to Kamek. This could be Vitality bouncing back into the map. A pistol, much needed for this squad. And only Kamek, that stands in the way. The spike down in the open as well, and now they've spotted their final victim, waiting to swing this together. A chance to isolate one, but the shot's not landed, and now the firing squad will deal with him once he goes for the swing.
Just gonna try and make it as awkward as possible. Even take closer positions. Guided salvo sent through, but there should be no chance.
Side outlaw. It's not something I expected to see very much of, but it makes so much sense. And especially the success that Nats has had using it. Now, though, the tip of the spear is already being cut cleanly off. Up close is Kicks to deliver another death blow, doubling up and making it look easy. 1 kill. Correct play. Les stuck to the guided salvo, but steps in time to damage Camo alongside Durka. It's a free kill. Durka stepped through the smoke. He is looking for the fight and finding it across the board. Team Liquid, 1 kill, but much more needed. A little bit more found. Durka quick to put up his 3rd kill of the round. Ult is online. The ace still very much possible with both of these players low. You don't expect this round to flip the other way. Safe is here just a little bit too late, I thought. And indeed, he is. Inside the smoke, will be a safe plant.
Spike planted.
It leaves Kiko alone. This wraparound from Kamek, he's so low on HP that he had to take it alone. And because of that, he manages to get the kill. Now into that 1 versus 1. 5 HP is all Kamek has, and he's going to use the salvo. It's almost faked it out, though. It's come in from towards the garage. Will Safe now re-predict that he's going to wrap back around? No, he won't!
No way to react. 4 round.
Oh, sit down.
What was that?
Well, Patatek and Camo have just opened this one up like it was nothing. You might be looking at things going, oh, is this an eco for Vitality? Did they run out of money? No, this is everything. They have an operator. And while thankfully Safe is still standing, has an ult of his own, he'll get another chance to bite at Camo, and he'll put him down immediately. This round was looking dangerous, was looking scary. But in a blink of an eye, Safe has turned it.
The Armageddon was even there to catch him coming out of the ult, but he dodges it, gets out in time because it was a quick kill. Takes another! That's 4 for Safe! And the info there! He knows exactly where Kamek is, and it won't be!
At a distance, Safe wanting that initial fight. He's not expecting a blade on the other side. Durka still will win a battle back, and Camo manages to get out of there. He's done decently. Kicks also wounded. This already starting to look dangerous.
Problem is, we've got a rifle now on Camo. Hunter's Fury, though, thrown through. Nats has fallen. Numbers advantage for the defensive side. Push up in garage spotted, though. Patatek, it's damage, and he's left both of these players in mid so desperately low. but those guns are still roaming the map, still problems for these players. Kamek onto Durka, it's a good connect. The wrap around the side from Les is being watched and he won't get anything done. Trex in the same boat. He catches the first, but blindsided by Camo, leaving Kicks to do it all. He'll be fired in, but Vitality, they're keeping them back for the time being. Back in mid to play from Durka. Nets one kill, but that's all. Walk through from Kicks, not expected. Vitality showing some of that defensive aggression that their opponents were so fond of. But Kiko in the madness has crept up close and there's no way out for Trex. Try as he might. The spike planter under threat and duress. Kamix alone on this C site. His teammate in the spawn could provide, well, will provide that little bit of extra help, and altogether, they've got this one across the line. 5 HP left for Safe. No chance. Guided salvo could take him down. A straight shot. Hell, a gust of wind at this point. We're looking at 12-7 as Safe leaves the site. Which way does he look? How far does he push? There it is. He's just seen Omen setting up a smoke as well. You know the play's coming in, but Durka didn't know they were here already. It already busted down the door. Safe spotted, dealt with on both sides. Team Liquid. The dominoes have begun to fall. Vitality are left in the dust, locked out of the A site, but they have to go for it.
Yeah, and just look, there's so much online. The ultimate for Teo, the aftershock stuns just being put into play to buy time. Okay, Camo's gone. Maybe an overstep, but with how much you have left to play with, there's opportunities already. Panatek will drop one, make that a second. In fact, he's looking to do it all, but Kick still stands, manages one more. But that time is being bought, and eventually the map goes. Liquid find themselves 2-0 up.
Oh, it most certainly will be. There's 3 players grouped up and ready to push, but Kicks has taken them all down. Beautiful stuff. Here in a pistol. 2v5 remaining, and it's not going anywhere. Oh my! I mean, having to open the door if they want Patatek here. So much utility to fight against. Durka up close still to be rooted from position, and sure, Kiko, the best players to put in that position. Trex down, okay, they've already had the first lick of damage. Decent trades to start with, the 2v3 that they're left in, but the defenders fragmented. So are the attackers somehow. Kicks not on the kill on time. Kiko's got his double, but time has already run far too low. Despite damage as good as it is, Vitality 3-0 start. After taking that orb, they are moving in the other direction again into this double stack up ahead of the wall as Kiko, and his first is found. He fades back. The Prowler seeking out the player on Rubble has not spotted Camo. They think that the Rain is the only player pushed up, and they're about to find out that they are dead wrong. Camo a little late though. He doesn't quite catch them in time. Those 2 players able to retreat straight into the waiting arms of Kamek. There is no safe ground for Vitality, not without a brawl. And with Kicks, big performer to start out this map, well, finally, gaps in information can cost you heavily. Flash in, showstopper in play. Nice shot. Kamek's position given away by shots early at Durka, able to pick up a second as well. In a low-buy round like this, that's getting them everything they need. Rifles on the floor and a plant secured for Vitality.
They're expecting something in response. Yeah, Empress popped, but they will be able to get the plant in. Steel Garden seemingly attempted and more or less up close to the shotgun. This is even the playing field. It's made it far more awkward for those players without their guns. Although Camo has his wall, will actually close out Kiko. I don't think he believed that was there, so it's left him in a problematic position, having to wait, and only his teammate can really make a move back in. Similarly to before, that clock is now ticking, and with the Nightfall in play, you'd think this is falling apart, but somehow it comes back to a close scenario. Not close enough. Kiko, this is the same spot as before. I'd be surprised if there isn't something, but he's actually ahead of where he expected to be, and, well, didn't get out of there fast enough. The risk, reward, and unfortunately for him, the punish.
I think he was probably smashing Dismiss, but just about too far around that corner. And Nats is looking the wrong way in traffic. Kamek, 1v4. And a round that should be set already in Vitality's favor, a 6-1 lead. After the games that they've just had, this is a godsend for the squad. The lifeline to bring them back into it.
2 players left on A. This time it is more passive from those players at least, but can they hold the line?
There it is. The operator again finding value. Patatek unable to deny the plant, and now Vitality off-site. Steel Garden. Viper's pit online, and there's the pit put into play. Durka stepped up with the op yet again. Such a big problem. They're defusing. They're defusing right now, and none of the shots are landing. They're slightly off, and thankfully Kicks steps in.
Safe under pressure. Well, he should be dead to rights here. If he gets anything, he's done well. He has done a lot of damage. 2 players, 13 and 17 HP.
Prowler's got him. Yeah, there you go. Nats is done. 13 HP in the corner. Can't take one with him. Durka, same spot. Landing the shot. Forcing the ult out of Kamek. He's back in the fight, but not for long. Kamek needs to run straight through the snake bite and the spam. It's a death sentence. Kicks follow suit, though. The numbers stay even 3v3. If Team Liquid get on this site, Viper's pit goes up, and this round could become very difficult for someone like Durka as well. Running the operator, it could nullify him, but they're delayed, kept back by the C's. Durka, well, he won't be on the flank. Not gonna go that crazy with the operator. And now the problem is, if that pit comes into play, how will they deal with it? I see the snake bite thrown through. No pit yet, no pit available. Patatek put to bed. Kiko all alone. Well, he's managed to evade less at least, but not the second time.
He's definitely still putting in a shift.
No, not much presence early on C. Team Liquid walk it up, and well, that aggression finally seems to be finding value. Trex super low, as is his opponent. Patatek has managed to sneak his way in as well. How has he gotten here? He's heard the rotation. He's right on top of them. They're looking the wrong way when he rounds the corner. It's free for Patatek. He's got all the kills on that last push. Well, I said I like this comp because it's fluid, and I think that's really on the attack side that it gets to show its teeth. Nats' flank has not found anything the Lurk expected. I wonder how they guessed. For Team Liquid, movement to the A site, though, has been a success. This push will get them on site, possibly a plant as well. Vitality happy to concede that, tagging up players and taking them down in the trades.
This puts things in a very dangerous scenario already. The C's is going to go through alongside, but it doesn't seem like the nade caught. And while Patatek's lurk has also been denied, this is a problem now. Plant yet to go in. 2 players standing. They are doing damage. That's the only thing that really shines for this squad at the moment. Kamek needs to land the shot, and in fact, neither player connect.
But the deficit that they're at, the slow start in this half as well already.
Okay.
Perhaps I should hold my breath. Safe unless it be tagged astronomically low. Trades are looking good, and with so much damage done, this round is not a foregone conclusion. That's an awkward trade, and one they needed to win cleanly.
Yeah, this is all in for Liquid. They spent their money, put their credits on the table, and right now, it's looking like a royal flush, especially with Patatek landing that kill. This leaves less with, well, less than ideal scenario. It's given away the game. But this is super aggressive. Trax has managed to find one. The spam working out. It's actually safe to find a kill. In fact, he gets a second. Double up from behind the Viper utility, and that's now the spike down in the dirt. This is the worst possible start that could have been here for Liquid. Nats on that fade is far away from the action, but how long does it take them to think that he could be behind?
Last player standing.
Okay, there we go. Nice shot from Les. The flank finally successful. You're waiting to see how that one panned out with the spike now completely isolated behind that Viper wall. That's okay. Nice shot to start with, and a damn good attempt.
Well, Durka, he looks to try and continue. That's a good start, though. 2 players being picked up. Kicks. I don't know if he's going to expect players to be here. He's only going to get 1.
Does well to even find that. Les is not going to have a good time here. Kamek's already thread the needle right the way through. They knew they'd lost B. Not that he'd be quite that close. Left to 1. Just safe. Outlaw in hand. Kamek greeting him as he rounds that corner. You want to have that little resurgence at the end. Now, Showstopper's used by Camo just for space. Just for space! Oh, that was close. The wall got in the way, otherwise Les would not be finding the kill on the Nats. The trade back by Durka makes this a winnable round.
No.
Another bound. Kamek hits the res though. They're back in the fight. Team Liquid will not crumble quite that easily. Well, that's it. We've seen those dominant games, those dominant halves already for Team Liquid. We know what they're capable of. Nice reveal. And Dirk is on his way. Deep shot from the showstopper. Good damage, but the kill not quite found. Kamek, that weapon doesn't work. There we go. Okay, he swapped out just in time, and Safe still wins the duel. Good flash, good follow-up as well, though. Kiko is still here to dismiss. Caught just as he gets out of it. Safe is there to greet him, and Nats all alone will have no chance at stopping Vitality.
Sort of utility to go through. It's a potential pop flash. Panitek immediately starts to look the other way. And it hasn't caught this close corner position. Already they just walk to the slaughter. Kiko on that brimstone looking still like the star. And while Safe, he's having to fade back out of there. He's still been spotted though. It doesn't even matter. Les has jumped through. Doesn't even.
Sound given away. See if it can prompt a play out of Team Liquid, and it has. A big push coming out of Hookah that Trex is very much ready for. A good double to thin out this defensive side. Still some decent weapons. Mainly on Kiko. Durka's heard him drop down, heard that shot fired, knows exactly what it means, and calls for Kicks to come up close. Tiger will go in. The question is, does Durka follow?
This is the thing. You can tell that this time with Kiko not having the support, he's just going to fall back that little bit further. You can see the push up as well from the defensive side. Camo is coming in on the flank, and Kiko's done well. Playing in front of the utility, they haven't been able to clear him. Definitely still worried that there could be a player back towards Hookah, and to be honest, in a matter of moments, they would be correct. Safe has done well. The swing, though, is immediate, and now there's one more player they have to deal with. Camo up above. He's going to use the nade to buy time, but his only goal is to try and bait out a reposition. Now that plant will come in for Kicks as he heads into the 1v1.
Flash is still there to work with as well. Kicks hadn't thrown it out, and he's biding his time, waiting for his moment. The jump peek to try to spot Camo. He doesn't see him. Is he around on long? The long wrap, perhaps? There it is. He spotted him, and the flash should soon fly over the top. He has to be careful. That hasn't caught Camo, who saw the weapon at the back and corrects in time. Well, Kamek, yep, into the teleporter you go. Time to stay alive. A little bit risky in the position he's in. Molly's going to keep back the rest of the squad, so despite the low HP, he's sticking around. Now that one has me perplexed, confused. He even had a teammate with heal. Patatek steps in to at least trade out. Camo, not quite there for the first shots, but there's pressure on both sides. These players on site, they can't work together. Divided they fall, but Les might be able to make something out of this. He hits shift just in time. I don't think they've heard him. Ult orb taken, wrap back through the TP, and they've already spotted that Les is here. Nice shot onto Kamek, and with low HP on Patty, this is a winnable round again for Vitality.
It's one off. Showstopper will come in from the plant. Durka has been farming. He went back through that TP, collected an orb, Plants collects another. And now this becomes a truly devastating post. They need to kill him off before he can do any damage. He's actually walking almost right back into Patatek, who's low HP. That's going to be everything. A freebie kill, and now Nats torn between two players. One up in heaven, the other now sat with a rifle, watching Bimped around this corner. Needs an instant fight. And while
With a chance to drop him later. Flash is found. They know that someone's on that side. Showstopper thrown in, fired at Camo, who barely survives, suspects the flank, drops a nade that buys him time. But I think he doesn't have quite as much time as he needed. 12 seconds left. Spike needs to be planted, and Vitality now committing to it. It's less, and he does manage to get it across the line. Trex picking up Kiko as well, puts this into their favor all of a sudden. Kamek and Patatek, they've got an extra player in the form of Wingman. They can start the defuse and make this awkward, but Trex, with the kill, has the orbital strike online, and that is going to put a major spanner in the works.
Rounds, and while he's got the squad alongside him? Sorry, what?
Smoke's down.
I'm going to go ahead and ask for a replay of that one ahead of time.
Can we just show it now? I don't want to wait.
The round. Yeah, that is a nice start. Two-man advantage in a round where you've got next to nothing, where Vitality are starting to build up momentum. Putting 2 rounds in a row on the board, some clutches, some big plays, and now being put in the dirt by a quick bullet out of Kiko. Showstopper there if they needed to fall back on him. Now you're going to be much more likely to pop that ultimate. The wraparound, it's going to come in at just the right time by the looks of it. Safe, checking both ways. He's gone to clear it. Suspicious of that push up through Bath. Maybe a little too suspicious. He commits to the fight alone, and the spike is now dropped. 45 seconds on the clock, and the advantage firmly in Team Liquid's hands.
If you'd have told me at the beginning of the year, we'd have Safe, Durka, Les, and Kiko playing a Brimstone, and Kiko would be the best player in the server, I think I'd have sent you to a mental hospital, but right now this guy is just on fire once again. Nade gonna be put onto the planter. It will be stuck, but Safe's dead for it. That's great work from Camo. A good placed piece of utility that now gives them the man advantage, and he has his showstopper ready to go.
Well, that's the real problem. Even if it was a 5v5, that showstopper is dangerous, but now putting the numbers further in their favor, trading it down to a 4 versus 3. No ultis to recover from for Vitality. Oh, if Les had found a kill or the plant, perhaps that Viper's Pit would make it an impossible task. Instead, Team Liquid, they isolate themselves. Nats is down, Wall is down. Battle in the open, and it's won by Vitality. Les with the double. Well, the Pit online might not be needed. That time, too far gone, is dangerous towards the A site. Les sitting and waiting. This is across the board what Vitality are doing, hoping there's aggression because they know that they're looking to punish it. The A site now. Oh, it's much more open, and the spike, well, it nearly went down, but just about escapes. They should have a free plant and a very dangerous post plant. As we've said before, that Viper's Pit, it was online previously, it wasn't used. Probably won't be used here in a 5v3, but if they need it, it's always going to be there as a safety net.
And you have to wonder now for the defense, there's just no point.
Even
just hold on to the weaponry. It's down to whether or not any of the other players can buy time. Okay. No, the answer is yes. Nats being able to find one. That Guardian was juggled over. Puts things into an advantageous position. Now, we've already mentioned that if there isn't a player to watch the flank, then there is a gap. And that's what's currently there. There are players pushing both avenues. Even if Camo is caught, Paditek is still going to be behind them. Kicks needs to win this fight. If he doesn't, they're in serious trouble. And that's Camo dropping another. The remaining players almost have to try and find more aggressive positions. Otherwise, they're going to be caught from behind. Not really knowing that Paditek was there. Safe is going to be revealed. I think he's just a pixel has caught him, and that's enough for Kamek.
And cause chaos. Orbital Strike comes into play. Spike on site, 2 players there. Much more passive play from Nat, playing around the back of the pit, but he will be caught. Camo on the trade just alerts these players in Bath that he...
Oh, he has no idea. Ooh, okay. I think Les was just as surprised as anyone else that someone came pushing out of that smoke. Seeming like they're a little bit lost at this stage. Viper's Pit is finally utilized, and it comes to its doom. Liquid are fighting back.
Not giving up just yet. Durka and Trex decently tagged up as well. They're getting out of here. Trex taking a skull as he does. And the rotate, it's not going to be quick because that teleport is being camped inside of the Seekers on their way. They'll fade soon, but just long enough. They'll be around to see that Trex was inside the teleporter. He steps back, moves towards the site, drops a molly on the way. That's a piece of utility removed. Orbital Strike and Showstopper to deal with, and both players making it to long. The flank from Durka perfectly timed. The molly's just faded. Kiko has to clear this out, knowing there was a Brim here not long ago, but little does he know that the real danger is not in front, it lies behind with Durka dropping him. This round is done. The question is, how costly will it be? Do we see the Orbital Strike put through? Trex has it out. He's thinking about it, but no tap. It's not looking very good for the side of Team Liquid. They've invested a lot of credits into this round, and when Nat's down...
He's just been beating his own game.
Do you consider a save here?
Oh, it doesn't look like it. Kamek's the first point of contact. Kiko actually going to find one on the flank. Maybe overstepping their bounds a little bit. This puts it back into a 3v3. Safe in a decent position, though. It's Kiko caught out with utility. The burden of a Brimmy. Already the defuse half, though, is going to be denied eventually, but this still gives at least a small slither of hope, and that's the thing. Vitality know this. They want to try and fight forward. Safe, not giving it up, but definitely important. Now, this purchase, not great from the defense. Paditek dead to rights. He's just been wrecked. In fact, it's a steamroller straight through B long. There's nobody left to defend it.
Yeah, look, it was a round that they had to play aggressive. You're coming up against those ultimates. Orbital Strike, Showstopper. If you don't get aggressive, the round's already over. Durka, he tried to go for one in the spawn. Now he knows. Okay, all right. Well, he thought they were a little closer than that. Luckily, they had stepped back. Still, though, Armageddon, Orbital Strike online. Team Liquid need to be so fast. Caution to the wind, run in, win every single fight. They're even throwing in the ults early. Just knowing that this is Vitality's round, playing with confidence, and that's a safe call if ever I've seen one. Camo, 1v5, and he will be shut down with the last round of the half.
Again, to post plant some more, by the looks of it, pace.
Oh, they're not looking to slow things down. Right into Vitality, but Safe puts a stop to it. Guided Salvo stops the squad. Bullets put Patatek in the ground. And now, a 5 versus 4. And a completely stalled out attack side that has a flank underway. A wall that I don't think is quite worked out towards the spawn. So in fact, you've got Durka walking straight past it. Whether that plays in effect or not, we will see as the numbers are thinning out on site, leaving us just 3 Team Liquid members standing. Bathroom and mid flanks underway. Players in every conceivable angle, and it is a shutdown with the Tiger.
With the space that's been garnered, they can actually just hit the B site, knowing for a fact that it's clear and leaving Safe in the dark.
It's a big pick. The rotate back, though, is being heard. Les knows there's a free kill coming his way. Camo none the wiser to his position, and Les quickly pouncing onto Kamek. But the response is there. Team Liquid claimed a kill in a 3v2 as a result. Whether they saw him or not,
Such a wide position.
Fight. Nance being aggressive there in a 2v3. Now a 2v2 Spike. Still a decent bit of time in it. I mean, it's winnable for Vitality, but less so by the second. They need to kill very quickly, and that could have been it. Instead, Team Liquid are the ones that take it across the line. Kamek even doubling up on them at times. Make it very difficult. Tiger spots Durka. Shots don't land, and Kamek is punished. Kicks covering from further back. Camo looks to quickly dive on Durka. Will land the first, but again, Kicks is there, making this an advantageous position for Vitality. The barrel spotted by Trex, but just painfully around the corner. Hiko has landed the shot, but Kicks continues to take them down. Seeker's in, and he knows exactly where his last victim is. The Estonian executioner, as we dubbed him. And he's coming in for his prey, but Kiko is the one to look for the fight. He'll walk into Safe. Around goes Kicks, not quite for the kill. See if he can make use of the space that they found. Camo certainly won't. Trex just jumped into the smoke and took him down. Orbital Strike, Dirk is safe, looking for the fight up close. They've got a shorty out, but Kamek too quick on the trigger to let that shorty ring out in the end. Molly to stop the push forward, but Patatek still falls. The battle from Safe was strong, but he won't find much more than that. Less on the wraparound. Has Pit if he can get close enough. I think he's going to have the fight before that's possible. Spotted out. Dealt with Natsu was low. That was the headshot delivered.
One enemy remaining.
And, okay, he must have been behind the smoke. He stepped out of it at the wrong time. Kamek now in the 1v1. Does well to shut down Kicks. Time on his side. It's ticking away unless he's looking the wrong way. Easily done.
Patient. Whoever was here would look away, but Durka did not look away. He knows his opponent, he knows who he's up against, and now holding on to that Shower's position is a problem. They have to try and almost go the other way. The timing, that somewhat worked out. I felt like Safe was dead to rights, and with Showstopper online, there isn't really a safe plant. They need to get rid of Durka, but if they focus too much on that, they could fall victim to anyone else.
Yeah, this is the problem. You can see the setup here. You can see Kicks, who's been dealt with. Up above was Trex, only good for the one. Showstopper fired in, damage done, but no kill. And with the operator, okay, there's the classic. Never mind. I was gonna say, not as easy to convert.
He's got to go.
Spikes down, it's done. There's no way for Kiko to win this. 8 seconds, he'll grab the spike. Needs to plant right now, and he'll stick it. Les just around the corner, though. Here comes the judge to close out the round.
That they are heading into this position while they look to jump out, but Vitality have not moved.
No, they haven't. Still 2 here. Kicks is dealt with, though, but Les is not! He stands strong on B and shuts down this play. Team Liquid That should be it.
Enemy remaining.
Done and dusted. Put in the dirt here on map number 4. And Fracture, well, it's coming into vision now. I can see it clearly. The shots from Kamek will not land. And another big round for less.
They're in the driver's seat. It's always more difficult to respond after a couple of maps losses, but they're already looking to try and fight versus Durka. This is not the start they were looking for. The pincer of that north side has worked out perfectly. And there might be a two-pronged lurk, but look at where the spike is.
Can't wait to see how the initiative of both of these teams evolves and is in effect throughout this map. Already seeing Northside crunches, and we've seen so much defensive aggression in these rounds. It's left to a 3v2. Kiko and Nats have a firing squad to come up against the shots. Well, at least one of them lands in their favor, but Kicks
need to see a change to the script. They can't start off with a 3-0 deficit and taking down the lurk of Nats. That's not only him going down, but that's also so much control. He's normally sat with his cam across the map watching for any pushes where he can't do that anymore.
No, and those traps down, flanks open, you have absolutely no protection. So it's straight into the site, and then they need more ground. That's what this push is all about. They're looking deep into the spawn for this fight, where Safe is under threat and eventually taken down. Kiko with the cover, and now this round has a huge advantage for Team Liquid. Well, that has quickly subsided. Durka on the back of, oh, he's been stunned as well. He's got to fall back. Time ticking down, lower and lower. Less almost had the play, and in fact with Durka. Now, after early fight, Orbital Strike is here. Trex catches the shoulder, and it's an easy kill. With Orbital Strike lurking in the background and less on his way. This site take needs to see a plant very soon. Stun held. Kicks just waiting for that plant. Maybe Save could punish. But with that cage up, it doesn't look possible. I like the jump peek from Les. Oh, Safe! I don't know what gave that away, but his trigger finger got a little itchy. Now they're not looking at the flank. Now Nats has to fill in the gap. He has to go and watch the site. So, of course, Safe deals with him. Now Kamek, well, he knows where Safe is. Oops, that was almost awkward. With 12 seconds left, he needs a plant, and they've got enough time to just run this clock down. Kamek tries his best to force them into a fight, and he did get to see them both. Remains to be seen for so many of these players. This is a new challenge. Nice kills across the board, man.
He's killed himself.
Taking himself down with the nade. If that doesn't tell you where Team Liquid are, this push, it is embodying every issue they've had. Vitality, quicker on the trigger, one step ahead these last two maps, and now they're tripping over themselves.
Here.
Kiko's low. Nats is still lurking around, but they need a miracle.
Look at the ults, look at everything. There's nothing that sits in their favor right now. Stuck within the site, the salvo leaves them with nowhere left to sit. And it is so clean from Team Vitality. Half of the plan right now for Vitality is just kill this lurk. It makes it so difficult. Even a 1-for-1 trade, honestly, getting rid of him, holding on to so much map control is not too bad. The thing is, though, that wall being tripped is somewhat going to give the game away. Las's plan is to just try and deny as much as humanly possible. Delay the opposing squad as they wrap back around. Good work from Kiko, though. This might finally be a number on the board.
It has to be. Big players against them, and Les is on a tear. No time to take your foot off the gas on this. Camo tagged up by the guided salvo. Les still with two smokes. Still with a stim beacon, still with a molly. Plenty of tools at his disposal, and look how passive Liquid are. They're biding their time, not wanting to give this one away. If Safe wins this, we might as well call it here and now. I think he'll be leaving. Oh no, he's got 8.4K. Why the hell would he leave?
No.
Why the hell would he leave? No, you gotta fight this one. They got the molly, so they'll win regardless at this point. All he has to do is make it costly, drop weapons, and they're waiting for him patiently. Instead, they step forward and a very late guided salvo causing trouble. Durka was easy to take down. 27 HP when he emerged. Oh, and it hasn't landed, but Camo still corrects in time. Okay, well this is a bit better from Team Liquid.
Picking them apart. This is a scrappy round from Vitality, no doubt. I'm on Nats now. His lurk should come to fruition. Never mind. Yeah, that's the difference. That's the one additional thing they've thrown in for this round. That's nasty, though. I think that was a stun placed in to put Trex in an impossible scenario. It also leaves Safe now without that extra utility. The vines would have been there to slow down this push. Instead, they could just make their way through, and Les has been caught because of it. Nice work from Camo once again.
He's got his nade down to cover the backup, and Kiko causing havoc in the under. This is, well, even rolling our Armageddon put through. Not looking very good for the side of Vitality, as Team Liquid have most certainly found their footing here. Durka, and this is just as Team Liquid are sending players across that rope, sending the spike across that rope. Rolling Thunder is going to be put in. Potentially, I saw it lined up for a moment, but it's not put into play. Big fight for Safe. That's a three-piece picked up, and the operator maintaining control of Spike in the late round. Team Liquid, they can make their way to the site, sure. What's it gonna do for you when you gotta push right back into that op?
He's low on HP. That's the one saving grace in this scenario, but also there's an operator on the other side. I feel like Camo almost has to try and battle this first. Yeah, he's gonna bait it, but Safe doesn't miss. And now falls back to the rifle, knowing he has the advantage, knowing his teammates there with him. There'll be another quad. There's going to be a lot of damage done on either side, but finally it's Nats to come in with a kill. We've spoken about the lurks, we've spoken about the backline, but we've also talked about Durka. It's only going to be the one for him. Kick still watching onto that cross. Spike needs to get there, and while Kamek goes ahead of the smoke and wins the battle anyway. This leaves just two standing. An operator for Trex, definitely not the ideal weapon here.
Spike planted.
He does have Steel Garden though. Could potentially take their guns away.
Yeah, it might be worth committing, but he's hoping to find the pick first. It won't be given to him. So instead, down into under he goes. Ult active for maximum coverage. Might be able to get out of there for Nats, but the others are all going to be caught. Down to secondaries. Kiko up close though. He's got a real chance even though he doesn't have his primary. He doesn't need it. Safe. Well, it's looking like Team Liquid will have 4 on the board.
They have to watch out for Vitality or forcing them back and then pushing Dish at the same time.
Oh, that's a bit of an oopsie. Durka went straight past both players like a ball through the goalposts. Camo dropping last with the nade as well. He's managed to find an enemy this time instead of himself. A big uptick in performance as Vitality now 3v4. They're on the back foot with the spike separated. And they may be looking to take this somewhere else.
And they've still got time to play with. But they're also gambling on the idea that their opponents have that in mind. If we sit here long enough, we're patient long enough, maybe that's the moment where the defense decides to falter, but they haven't moved. They are reliant. This is something we've seen throughout rosters of Liquid. They're happy to leave Nats alone. The problem for Camo, though, he's under serious pressure. The stun combined with Teo utility has left one man dead on the site. This should allow the cross, and the battle is an even trade, which leaves it in a 2v2.
Timing perfect. Kicks was being watched that whole round, finally drops out of heaven with the spike, and it's just as they turn the other way. That's going to give them a chance to plant and maybe get back. Safe's third already on the board. Oh, he's just been phenomenal to watch. 17 and 6, but he needs another. It's Kiko that he's up against. Two phenomenal duelists head to head. Safe hiding on the site. And he swings in, giving him a fright, but won't land the shot. Guided salvo to buy him time, to buy him space as the clock keeps on ticking. Safe sidesteps into main. He's spotted though, the shot not quite landing, holding on by a sliver of health. And the quick reposition, oh my God, he has threaded the needle. He's made it past Safe with the perfect timing and the perfect play.
The Stinger, this is still a weaker purchase, although, well, I think that's a nasty surprise. That was the rifle. Nats is going to be stunned in this corner, but there's not really anybody available to execute on it. And well, after the wall has given away this spot, they are looking to try and fight the backline, but it has to be impressive from Les.
Well, if he wins this, I heard, at least the first will be found. Camo down, but it's the trade. Keeping it well and truly in an advantageous spot for Liquid. Safe. Well, this is an unfortunate situation. Kicks was on the rope across to help his buddy out and gets sniped straight off it. And with a clean conclusion to, well, that's it on a map like this. Plenty of orbs as you go to fight for them. Sometimes you think I'll take another step forward. And Camo learned the hard way that there's sometimes a punish waiting for you there. Safe. 21, but he's got backup. Look who's just come sprinting in. Even puts down the stim beacon. Bless. He is very keen to help his teammate out when they're in trouble. He's still stepping forward in A main. And it's a good thing too, because the flank is coming around. Look at this push-up by the defensive side. 2 players taking control, but they're too late.
And
The sprint is hurt. The sprint is hurt. They now know this player's coming behind them. They've killed Patty on site as well. Everything's falling apart. Look at Les set to step out of this smoke, although it fades, and he backs around the corner, not wanting to give the advantage away.
The problem is as well, the wall isolated them. Allowed Kiko through, but left Nats behind. It's turned this 2v5 into an even tougher scenario that, yeah, I think they just have Durka. They've had trophies, but for Vitality, it is not a cabinet full. That's a good start, though. With weaker weapons on the board, an aggressive Kiko is going to give them an advantage.
At least the one found, and a big player in the form of Safe. Durka, he has slipped through, but he's spotted. Okay, Nats is wise to his trick. Spike has been dropped as well. Maybe a drop in the ocean, but it is starting.
The problem now, though, is their guns are going to dissipate. Durka leading the charge, hasn't actually been able to find Nats, who tries to dance his way out of there. Les, in the meantime, has held that flank down. Already looking like a nail is in the coffin here. Kiko waiting. He's going to try and smoke them off, try and find a gap to get them back into this round.
Molly.
It's starting to get to the point, Tom, where it's not even a nail in the coffin. We're starting to cover it with dirt at this point. The climb up for Team Liquid. We wanted it to start here, or continue here, but instead, an interruption. And seemingly no chance, but Kiko gonna give it his best whip anyways. Found himself one, but now he's left alone, and ace needed. Time dependent as well. And at this point, getting out of here is not gonna be a possibility.
They gotta try and get past what is an abundance of ults. Nats is gonna double up. He's going to get the information. No, there's no secrets. And the leader looks to try and take this one over the line himself. Keep them in this map. Les already back into the site. Kicks has found a kill, but getting out of there should be impossible somehow, though. This has come back to a 1 versus 2. Les still standing.
Orbital strike.
Hoping to try and get back into a position. He also has himself a Molotov as well. If he wanted to try and play from further back, trying to bait them into these fights, try and push them into a position where they have to face him. There is that molly, but he expects someone close. It may not deny this defusal in time. He needs to swing it, and while Liquid, they want more. But they are under pressure once again. Durka leading the way.
He dropped, but he's found exactly where Kamek is. Utility there to stall out the rest. Nice shots. Trex landing it onto Kamek, but Camo still needs to be taken down in the site. So does Patatek, but they find them quickly. Now the site has been overrun. Kicks has got Rolling Thunder primed and ready. For Team Liquid already with a disadvantage, it gets worse. Trex steps through the smoke, eliminates Kiko, and leaves Nats. Your IGL, your leader, will time to lead by example. That trophy calls out to Vitality.